Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to the virtual Kansas Speedway. It's the next round of the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters. As tonight, it's round number 3. On this evening, it'll be 200 miles, 134 laps, as LSR TV and CRN Sports present to you the new Archery Products 200 on your home for sim race. And I am Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is my partner in crime, Mr. Greg Rance. And Greg, Kansas Speedway, this racetrack could have it all. You could have the craziness of, caution field racing, and then you could have the long green flag run. We could have a fuel mile strategy race, especially with only a 50% tank, like we saw at Texas tonight with Kyle Busch finally winning a 2020 Cup Series event. Anything can happen here at Virtual Kansas Speedway. Should be a good one.
Should be interesting, Wesley. Like you mentioned, this track can be a track where you see long green flag runs or cautions breed cautions. It all depends on how the race goes. And if it's anything like we saw last week at New Hampshire, sounds like it could be the latter. Hopefully that's not the case, because we do not want a 23 caution continuation of last week at New Hampshire International Speedway. We want to see these guys go clean and green and click some laps away. Here at Kansas, the draft is going to come into play here as well, so it will definitely be very interesting to see how this goes. 134 laps the distance. We're used to seeing 134 lap 200-mile races on Monday nights here on LSR TV with the Northwest Cup Series. Tonight, we get to do it with the SNB Cup Series.
Yeah, and of course, here's tonight's race information. Again, 30-minute practice just about to wrap up at the home stretch for that. 2-lap qualifying will set the stage for 200 miles, 134 laps on this 1.5-mile Kansas Speedway here for those that are joining us on LSR TV and CRN Sports. And by the way, we do have Mr. Charles Wooten in the production chair from Texas, where it has been raining and misting and freezing telephone lines and phone power lines since Sunday. I think Charles is finally thawed out. Oh, well, I understand Charles is, what fell off, Greg. So definitely it's been a cold one up down there in the Lone Star State.
Oh, boo-hoo. The poor Texas drive guy has to deal with the cold like the rest of us.
Well, you had a snowstorm the other day.
We did. Friday night, out of nowhere, 7 inches of the snow fell here in Washington State. I had to go announce a race down in Oregon the night after, so definitely not your... Yeah, no, not your ideal pre-race trip when you're slipping and sliding on icy roads and trying to walk in half a foot of snow. But we did it. We got it in, and we're on off season now officially. That was our last one. It's all about the sim racing now. Before
we go back to commercial break, let's take a look at the point standings going into the series here tonight for the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters. Currently, right now, Joshua Altus and Tucker Wingo are winners from Daytona and New Hampshire. And now Jack Ely is in the number 2 spot. You have Caleb Smith 9 points back in 4th. Jacob Grant is 5th. Cody Terry 6th. Evan Coleman, Joey Petrie, Robbie Helms, and Spencer Hardison. Right now, your top 10 on the playoff cut line. Everyone else from 11th to 20th on back are out of the playoffs. But again, a win can change that. That includes Brockton Packard, Zachary Stone, Keenan Massey, Cody Vernett, Christian Gardner, Robert Sherwood, Ross Tatum, Matthew Gilliams, Jonathan Woods, and Dakota Cass. And that is the way that they stand right now in the top 20 of the points. When we come back, we qualify from Kansas Speedway. This is coverage of the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters on LSR TV and CRN Sports.
The DK4 by NAP represents the next level of broadheads, providing you with fixed and mechanical blade technology in one devastating head. Available in both crossbow and compound models, the DK4 features a pivoting main blade, which eliminates deflection off bone and maintains momentum, while delivering true field point accuracy, as well as 2 deploying bleeder blades for an 1.25 inch secondary cutting diameter, equating to devastating wound channels. And with an internal blade retention system, there are no O-rings, collars, or rubber bands, just the confidence knowing that the blades will open on impact no matter your target. Featuring a bone-crushing trophy tip and diamized blade sharpening process for true ultra-sharp blades. The DK4 Broadhead from NAP. Hunt with confidence.
Back here at Kansas Speedway, getting ready for the new Archery Products 200. Again, the next round of the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters. Trying to keep it together. I am Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is Greg Ritz, as we said. Oh my goodness, the stuff we talk about off here, Greg. And I actually started this conversation. Qualifying underway. Braxton DeWeese to set the bar in the number 15 for High Five Racing. He's the first one on the racetrack now.
Braxton DeWeese, High Five Racing in the Toyota now, number 15. Had a nice run last week at New Hampshire. Unfortunately, didn't end the way he wanted it to, but DeWeese was looking for a bounce back coming into Kansas tonight, hoping that the tornadoes stay away long enough for him to get one here tonight in the number 15. Going to come across the line. He will go in second place at a 30.439. Second, now third, as Zybart puts the Jurassic Park entry up on top of the board in the number 11 here so far, Wesley.
Yeah, Braxton DeWeese again, the High Five Racing entry out of Miamisburg, Ohio. And now you have Zybart in the number 11. He's out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. And we'll see what he can do now as he works his way off of turn number 4 down to the straightaway. Right now, Duncan going to the top of the board of the 88 machine. By the way, you see the green and blue on the scoring ticker. The green represents drivers that have already won races and are locked in to the postseason playoff rounds. The blue are the drivers that I mentioned earlier that are locked into the SNB Cup Series top 10. The 8 drivers in blue are not out of the top 10, but they're obviously are, if with a win puts them in the playoffs, and then everybody else not being bold in green and blue, Greg, is on the outside looking in. But again, that can change. If you win, you're in, as we see Evan Coleman in the Rowdy Energy number 51 Toyota after the number 18, a Rowdy Kyle Busch just won at Texas.
Looking at the channel, some of that Toyota luck for tonight is Evan Coleman. He goes a 30.8 or 30.080 for Evan Coleman in the number 51. That's good enough for 16th so far on the boards. Right now, it's still Braxton DeWeese and Tyler Stooksbury, the teammates, 1-2 right now. That was your front row last week in New Hampshire. Flip-flop, though, was Stooksbury getting the pole at New Hampshire. DeWeese's turn to outduel Stooksbury as we continue on with qualifying. Another one of those CEM High Five drivers, Matt Dyer in the 88. Remember, 2 separate teams there, Chem Motorsports and High Five Racing. 2 separate teams, but they're working together. They got the alliance, Wesley, after they raced together on Sundays, jumping into the SNB Cup Series. Tonight in the NAP 200, they are going for a combination victory here tonight between one of them.
Matt Dyer out of Santa Rosa, California. Watching him now on the racetrack. You see the scoring ticker. Cartoon Network entry. 88 up on the concrete. Just almost bouncing off the virtual safer wall barrier as he works his way through the tribal down below the apron to the stripe. He'll put a lap up, and that'll currently put him.
Something must have happened, Wesley, because it did not register a time. The iRacing server, if something happens on your qualifying lap, you squeal the tires a little too much, break it a little too loose, clip the wall, negates the time. So something happened to Dyer on that first lap. He's only going to get one lap here.
He scraped the wall in turn two is what we're hearing. Yes, sir. You're exactly right there.
Take another look.
Better across the line. Here he comes. It's official.
He got a lap.
He'll post this
17th. 17th at a 30.031. Also in the field, LSR TV's own Will Duvall, the one thumb wonder on the track here tonight, giving us a big old 2 thumbs up as around goes Dyer, nosing it into the wall. So 2 thumbs up from Will Duvall in the number 32 tonight. As you see some of our drivers who have yet to hit the track. There's Grodzinski in the 43. He's sitting 26th of the 26 to go out thus far. Just Joey Beasley and Cody Terry have not gone out yet. But Wesley, Cody Terry is the defending winner of this race. He won it in Season 1 earlier at Kansas with some pit strategy. So perhaps we may see it unfold here tonight. Just 10 seconds left. Actually, no. Qualifying's over. These cars are gridding up for the race.
They're gridded. Without further ado, here's your starting lineup for the new Archery Products 200, round number 3 of the SNB Cup Series here on LSR TV, and those listening on CRN Sports at wearecrn.com. It's the Ford, number 15 of Ohio's Braxton DeWeese. He's on the pole. He's actually in the number 12 to the outside. Tyler Stooksbury in the 19, row 1.
Spencer Hardison will make up row number 2 with Ross Tatum to his outside, Wesley.
Caleb Smith and Jack Ely, that's row number 3. The rest of the field beginning to grid there. There's row number 3.
You will find Zach Duncan in the 7th position alongside Jacob Grant. He said he was looking for the pole, comes home 8th.
Row number 5 around out the top 10. Keenan Massey in the 4 machine to the outside. Cody Fournette in the 14. There's your top 10 starters.
Coming up in the 11th spot is the number 10, the big blue 10 of Jonathan Woods. Zach Peterson, the number 96, had a rough one in New England last week, looking for a bounce back.
Row number 7, Justin Altus, winner at Daytona, the points leader in the 94 from Virginia. To the outside, Carson Zybart in 11.
Jurassic Park, Zybart in the number 11. You're going to find Ronnie Shirk in the number 8 here tonight with Evan Coleman looking to summon some of that rowdy energy for a win tonight. He rolls off 16th.
Row number 9, we'll find Matt Dyer in the 88. Tucker Wingo, last week's winner at New Hampshire, the wild one. The 99, that's the top 18. And to round out your top 20, it's going to be Broxton Packard in the 24. And the 83 machine, that will find the driver of Zachary Stone.
You'll find Robbie Helms in the number 18. He's also looking to summon that magic. Robbie Helms and Christian Gardner in 22nd. Will Duvall and Dakota Cass 23rd and 24th.
And the rest of the rundown includes Paul Grodzinski in the 43 machine, also the 28 machine of Matthew Gilliams. Row 13 in the final row of 28 starters finds Cody Terry in 22, Joey Beasley in the 21. This race distance on the 1.5 miles is 200 miles, 134 laps. Let's take a look at the weather conditions before we go to green as we're ready for it. 84 degrees track temp, temperature ambient outside is 78. No worry about wind. The pace cars on the pit road. Here we go at Kansas off of turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race. We're kicking the asphalt. The new Archery Products 200 is underway. Roaring speed at full song. We're underway at Kansas. And quickly, Caleb Smith, the Nintendo car, down to the inside. He goes to the lead. He'll pass Tatum. Braxton DeWeese, the pole car, battling back on the outside. Opening laps, getting fierce in 3.
Caleb Smith representing Chem Motorsports in the number 12, trying to lead the way over Braxton DeWeese in the number 15, the High Five Racing entry. But Smith is going to lead the lap, and Ross Tatum in a new look number 1 to the inside. He's going to be second at the line.
Watching them as they work their way off of 2 to the back straightaway. At number 12 machine, Caleb Smith up 4 spots since the drop of the green. Caleb Smith ready to go. He's in that number 12. He comes to us out of Concord, North Carolina for CEM Motorsports. And he brings them back down the front straightaway as the leader. Tatum right there behind him. More battle, bunched up traffic, 2 by 2 like they're on the parade lap at full song. Now they'll start to break away. Hardison up on the outside lane. Zach Duncan on the bottom. That battle underway on the backstretch.
Battle continuing deep in the field. Wesley, watch out, because here comes Josh Altus in the number 94 trying to slice and dice his way through the field. Here, the Daytona winner had a good run going in New Hampshire as well. And the number 94, he's trying to make his way up through the field as the battle breaks out for the race lead between Tatum and Smith. Tatum looking to bring the mellow yellow on the outside.
And did you notice Tatum getting a little push there up the track from Braxton DeWeese? DeWeese had to back away. He lost all that momentum he had on the 1 car, but he had to, because if he wouldn't have backed off, they would have probably wrecked one another up against the outside wall. Nonetheless, they work off 4 side by side for the lead. Tatum at the stripe. New leader, 3rd lead change of the race so far in the opening 5 laps. And it's between Tatum, Smith, and DeWeese back to 2.
Tatum with the run on the outside, gets the nose in front. He will clear off of turn number 2, and now Braxton DeWeese of High Five Racing goes alongside the technical ally CEM Motorsports entry of Caleb Smith. Zach Duncan trying to creep up now in the number 8. He started 7th up to 4th. Tyler Stooksbury, another one of those High Five Racing drivers, started in 2nd, fell back to 5th. He had a nice run going at New Hampshire, stayed relatively clean up until the very end. He's looking for the bounce back as well. Then you find Jacob Grant and Jack Ely behind him.
Holy cow, we're almost at 50 viewers right now on our YouTube broadcast channel for LSR TV. Those also listening on CRN Sports, watching also on Facebook for live sim racing, LSR TV. Thank you. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed Texas. And now we got the Wednesday night cap for the SNB Cup Series. Tatum, DeWeese, Duncan, Stooksbury, Smith now falling into the clutches of the top 5. Grant, Ely, Fournette, Hardison, Massey. Your top 10. Daytona winner locked in the playoffs. Joshua Altus on the outside looking in. He's in 11th right now. Greg off the backstretch going to 3.
Altus started 13th, trying to get up into 11th now. Or in 11th, trying to get in the top 10. He has the 4 of Keenan Massey in front of him. Jonathan Woods behind him in the number 10, trying to get up there with him. They seem to be settling down single file now, right up against the wall. Wow, Jacob Grant into number 5. He got all kinds of squirrely there in turn number 1. So you kind of see some of the fallout here of it with Altus and Hardison going to the inside. I believe that started up with Jacob Grant in the number 5, because he got really squirrely off of turn number 2 a moment ago. There he is in the number 5. Was able to make the save and hold on to all those positions, but man, that could have been scary for the 5 car.
Again, this race is presented by New Archery Products. For the New Archery Products 200 here at Kansas, round 3. For more than 30 years, New Archery Products broadheads have led the category with bleeding edge technology and time-proven technologies. New Archery Products offers a variety of hard-hitting fixed and mechanical broadheads in all sizes and configurations.
Oh, we got trouble.
And we got trouble. Hold on. So much for a sponsor read.
It's Fournette in the 15.
First caution of the race out here at Kansas just after 10 laps. Fournette in the 14 car. He was in the top 10. And here's your swag instant replay. I was reading a sponsor read. Greg, you've seen it. What happened?
Got loose right there off 4.
Wow.
Perhaps had some help from the 10 behind him, just taking the air off the spoiler. Don't think there was any initial contact there, but He got the air off the spoiler. It snapped to the left. He was able to save it, but overcorrected. Fought it up to the wall. Went head on in there. See if we can take one more look at it. Perhaps right here. Yeah, this angle will tell us the story. You're on board with Fournette looking back at the number 10 of Woods. He gets a run, and I'm not sure there's contact.
Oh, yeah, there's contact.
Yep, there's contact. There's contact. I was trying to give Woods the benefit of the doubt there. Unfortunately, just got a little bit too much of a run there off turn number 4. Just tapped Fournette, and Wesley with these cars, they just don't quite line up the way we're used to seeing, and they just snap around on you. Pit road action underway.
And they're already on the pit lane, including Brockton Packard in the 24, Zach Peterson, Carson Zybart in 11, Evan Coleman, Matt Dyer. All these cars, along with Wingo, Cass, Gardner, Duvall, Grzinski, and Beasley, all on the pit lane. Everyone else in pretty much the top 15 stayed out on the racetrack. But there you see the 14 obviously having to get repair done on the 14 for Cody Fournette, the man out of Chapel Hill, Tennessee for Banff Motorsports. Banff Motorsports coming off of a win last weekend with Tucker Wingo winning at New Hampshire. We're under the caution flag for the first time. Ross Tatum up in front. Braxton DeWeese, Zach Duncan, Tyler Stooksbury, Jacob Grant. Your top 5. We'll show them to you on the ticker. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back for more coverage from Kansas when we return. Welcome back here at the Kansas Speedway after a caution flag involving the 14 of Fournette. And for Banff Motorsports, we'll get ready to go back for green. They work their way to the back straight. You see the top 5 presented by SawBlade.com. New Archery Products 200. Round number 3 of the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters. On your home for sim racing, LS Iron TV, as well as on CRN Sports. Man, the numbers climbing in the chat box and the broadcast. We want you to interact. We want you to conversate amongst your colleagues and comrades and people in the viewers. Have fun. Pace car about to drop on. They're going to make their way back to the Geico restart zone out of turn number 4. The NAP 200. First restart underway on lap 13 of 14. Back underway.
Tatum with a nice jump in that number 1, but Deweese able to fall in line in that number 15. Meanwhile, they're 3 wide behind him. Did you see Stooksbury, Duncan, Grant, and Smith all under a blanket here? 3 wide, now 2 wide as they settle things down.
Almost a 4-car battle for that spot, actually, as they work their way around the corner. Stooksbury in the 19. There goes Grant Pillsbury to the inside, up the racetrack. Smith in 12, look out! Wow. That could have been bad. What a save. Braxton DeWeese closes in on Tatum. This is for the lead off 2.
Thanks.
Trouble. Oh, no. Problems. Grzinski's car, 43, crashing into the inside wall. Collects another car. No yellow at this time. They have not threw a caution, but 2 cars badly destroyed there in turn number 2, and now they're going to throw the caution.
So the caution is out for the 2nd time today. It was the 43 of Grzinski. Taking a look at the swag replay.
It was Grzinski and I think Jonathan Woods. Somebody else caught up in it.
That started well before that. The 83 is up there as well. The sun drop entry. That started deep in the field. Take another look at it.
Caution out for the 2nd time. Let's see what happened again. Wow, 3 wide, little contact there. And he lost it, and then the 43 just Stone hit that car. Then, oh my goodness, then we saw the 43 get clipped on the bottom of the apron, and then that's where he hit the wall. Ran up the track, Greg, and just tore the whole front clip off the 43 of Grzinski's car.
That's going to be quite a bit of time on pit road. Fortunately for these guys, they do have a fast repair available to them on pit road, so that will help out a little bit. But the problem is, early in the race, you don't want to use it if you don't have to.
Well, something new that we are doing now with the SNB Cup Series, presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters, like we do with other LSR TV and CRN broadcasts, is we interview the drivers and get their in-car communications. And right now, joining us from Miamisburg, Ohio, the High Five Racing entry number 15, Braxton DeWeese. Braxton, you're in second spot right now. Pretty comfortable, but you know, what's your thoughts as we're underway in the early going at Kansas?
Well, for right now, I'm just trying to ride around, save my car and save my tires, and try to see my tire wear on a run. I haven't really had that big of a run yet, or long of a run, I should say, to check that out yet. So hopefully we get a long run here. We get a run here, we're probably going to have to pit, so that'll be interesting. Hopefully that happens.
Greg Rentz, got anything for Braxton?
Braxton, you're doing a nice job. A couple very strong qualifying runs for you here in the early stages of the season. Second last week, pole tonight. You've been working with High Five Racing on the qualifying speed, or is it just kind of come to you with the Toyota?
I guess just practice and time, and just practicing on how a good way to get up to speed on your outlap and just a line to run. That's all I could just practice. That's all I really did, honestly.
You know, Braxton, a lot of people might not remember you, or they do remember you from Sunday's Adrenaline iRacing League. What made you make the decision from moving from that league to the SNB Cup Series?
Well, I got the offer from Jacob Grant to come drive for High Five for this league, so I said, why not? I'm open on Wednesdays. I like to race in leagues that are broadcast, so all the family and friends can watch. So yeah.
All right, Braxton, thank you very much. Good luck the rest of the way. We'll try to grab you later on if we can.
10-4, thank you.
Driver number 15 from Ohio for High Five Racing, Braxton DeWeese. By the way, in-car communications is presented by Clan Wars Servers, the official communications partner of Live Sim Racing. All right, Greg, getting ready to go back for the restart here, as we have Tatum and DeWeese on the front row. Stooksbury and Smith are third and fourth, and fifth is Jacob Grant. And as we said, Bud, we've had a pretty good amount of cautions, 2 cautions in the last 18 laps. So
yeah, it's been kind of a rough start to this one for some of these drivers. Ross Tatum, Braxton DeWeese up front. Tatum has led the most laps, about from lap 5 or 6 on until now. Lights are off on the pace car now, though, but Tatum has led the most laps. DeWeese, Stooksbury back to third, Caleb Smith, and Jacob Grant rounding out your top 5.
Lights are off on the pace car. We'll set them up for the restart. Hey, by the way, don't forget, tomorrow night, we've got doubleheader coverage for you. You like trucks like Aunt Kathy does? Truck, yeah. We got it for you. Tomorrow night, round number 3 of the, of course, PMI Truck Series, sanctioned by Swag. It'll be from Rockingham Speedway for the Rock Batteries 200 or 250. The Rock Batteries 250. That will be tomorrow night. And then later on tomorrow night, it is back to the playoffs, Greg Rentz, for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. We're going on the road course, though. Watkins Glen.
Kind of a polar opposite of what we saw last time out in the Cup Series for the Northwest Cup Series when they were in Texas, or excuse me, they were in Atlanta to start the playoffs off a sister track to Texas. Green flag back in the air. More on that later as we are back racing. Ross Tatum with a big jump. Much like the last restart, DeWeese able to get down to the inside of him, though. Stooksbury able to clear Smith. Remember, High Five Racing and CEM working together, but not the same team, but they are having a technical alliance, as those are 2 of the teams that we saw on Sunday nights in the Adrenaline Racing League. They're second second and third for High Five, and fourth right now for Caleb Smith. He also got Brockton Packard in there for Shadow Racing. He's trying to work his way up through the field as well.
There's nothing mellow about it. The mellow yellow car of Ross Tatum currently out in front. Back of the rear camera of the second place car now, Braxton DeWeese, and reeling him in is Tyler Stooksbury, the Spotify number 19. That driver comes to us out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Loses ground on DeWeese. Smith and Grant will reel him back in like bait on a hook. And they'll make their way in the top 5 off the corner. One car down below the apron just a moment ago. You saw from the camera. Dropping back, Brockton Packard in 24. Losing spots, and then he shoots back up the outside of the racetrack. Right in front of the 13 of Dakota Cass. And Hardison in 9. What a save.
Yeah, nice job there. Brockton Packard has gone up 5 spots since the start of this race. In the William Byron inspired 24 here this week, Liberty University on board. Used to seeing him and Jeff Gordon inspired paint schemes. Not this time. It is the number 24 of Packard with Byron on board, and he is flying through the field, Wesley. He has something for him on here. I believe he's got some of those fresh tires.
And let's be honest, I mean, Jeff Gordon drove the 24. William Byron replaced him in the 24. So, I mean, you know, yeah. But William Byron, definitely one of the superstars of short track racing. Whoa, up the racetrack. Hold on there. Nice save there by Altus, as well as the crew behind him. Stooksbury up on the top shelf as well. And we're watching them work their way back into 1 and 2. Packard has now moved his way up to 3rd.
Brockton Packard, Shadow Racing, single car operation, but another one of those ones who we saw on Sunday nights. He's going for 2nd now after Brockton Packard.
For the lead!
He wants it. Brockton Packard saying, you know what, I want a 2-for-1 here.
3-for-1 for that matter. Altus now closing in down to the inside. He'll be Maverick's Goose there for a moment. Down off of 2. And now Packard, the new leader. Brockton Packard puts the number 24 to the lead. Altus, the Daytona winner, going back to 2nd. He's in the playoffs. He just wants to win more races.
Ross Tatum hit the wall, Wesley, in the number 1, and he caught it pretty solid. He fell back to 6th in the number 1 after leading much of the early race.
Got to wonder how much damage is left on that car. Coming up on 110 remaining. This race, 200 miles, 100, well, actually, it's 201 miles, 134 laps the distance here in the new Archery Products 200. Round number 3 of the SNB Cup Series, presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters on LSR TV, and those that are listening on CRN Sports at wearecrn.com. Packard down to the inside, New leader, Altus now at 94. He goes to the whip. Now he'll carry the other car on the top shelf with him. That's Stooksbury. No, that's Matt Dyer. Wow, look at Matt Dyer.
He wants to take the Powerpuff Girls to the lead in the number 88. He wants to lead this race here at Kansas.
Matt Dyer showing that he wants to have the opportunity to lead in the Cartoon Network machine number 88.
And he's
Altus still leads. Sorry, bud. Altus still leads. Dyer, Packard, Duvall, the birthday boy yesterday, the one-thumb winner, as you call him, Greg. He is in the top 4, up 19 spots. Also another driver up 19 spots in the top 5. Dakota Cass, bad luck at New Hampshire, 13 strong in the top 5 right now.
Yeah, nice run for Dakota Cass in the number 13 inside of Will Duvall. This is for 4th in the top 5 right now. Cass slides up the track, almost gets into Duvall, and Duvall does a nice job to get the big run off of turn number 2. Nicely done by Duvall to hang on there. Boy, they got close together.
And now normally these guys struggle and crash and wreck and don't ruin a good thing you got. Duvall right there hanging inside the top 5 in 4th. Cass right there with him. There's DeWeese. He fell back to 6th. Stooksbury 7th. Smith 8th. And the New Hampshire winner last week. Mr. Wingo, Tucker Wingo, 99 in the top 10 along with Duncan.
Nice job by Tucker Wingo to fight back. Remember, he started 18th, Wesley, in this one. Going after Caleb Smith for 8th right now. If he can get this spot, it'll be plus 10. Trying to bring Duncan with him in the 80. And Duncan says, I want more. I want 3 wide off of turn number 4.
Wow.
With Tyler Stooksbury stuck on the outside. Drag race down the line. 3 wide. Give it to Stooksbury that time. But Wingo, last week's winner in New Hampshire, wants the spot. Will take the spot. Tucker Wingo up the middle. Move him to 7th.
The hot dog between the bun. Hot knife through butter. 99 clearing him. Put him now to 7th. Ely now battles with Stooksbury. That's inside the top 10 now. Stooksbury, 9th and 10th. Fighting for that spot. Back across the line. Riding on board now with Caleb Smith in that 12 car. He's currently 11th, trying to get in the top 10, Greg. He's on the inside of Ely as he goes to the bottom in the 54.
Ely able to get a nice run there on Stooksbury in the 19. But on board with Caleb Smith. Remember, Smith led a couple laps in the early stages. Got Nintendo on board here tonight in the number 12 for CEM Motorsports. Ely finished 3rd last week for Banff Motorsports in the 54. So nice start to that team out of Wisconsin as they battle down the backstretch right now. Stooksbury, again, CEM Motorsports in high 5. They have that technical alliance. They're not exactly teammates, but they have the alliance after racing together on Sundays. And one car going on pit road. I believe that's Braxton DeWeese in the 15. We're seeing green flag pit stops here, Wesley.
Yeah, Braxton DeWeese already on the pit lane in the number 15 machine. Tyler Stooksbury will follow. Caleb Smith will in the 12. Keenan Massey, Jacob Grant Pillsbury, Hardison, Helms, Shirk, and Fournette all on the pit lane right now. Braxton DeWeese, I want to say it's a scheduled green flag pit stop.
Should be a scheduled pit stop, barely sliding into his pit stall as the rest of the field cycles through. 4 tires and fuel going in for all these guys. Looks like all of High 5 racing on pit road. DeWeese, Stooksbury, and Hardison, just to name a few here. Hardison, of course, with CEM as well. So both teams coming down pit road, they're working together.
And by the way, here's something to think about. Braxton DeWeese not in the playoffs of the top 20. If he wins this race, he goes to the postseason in the 15 car. Right now, he's not even in the top 20 in points.
Trying to lock himself in. Altus, the leader right now, has already locked himself in the 94 with that win at Daytona. Controversial fashion for sure, but hey, a win's a win, and you're the one with the checkered flag on the B post. You are in the playoffs, and your name is green on the bar, which is what Altus has right now. How about Matt Dyer? He's another one of those guys, Wesley, from the Adrenaline iRacing League in that number 88. Got the Powerpuff Girls on board, that number 88 of Dyer. He's in the CEM camp here tonight, up in 2nd right now, battling with Altus.
Matt Dyer in that 88 machine again. Comes to us out of Santa Rosa, California. One of those West Coast drivers. And there's Altus in the 94. The Remington entry. Now the leader. He won at Daytona. Matt Dyer right behind him. Packard 3rd. Cass and Duncan the top 5. New Hampshire Wingo is in 6th. Ely 7th. Coleman 8th. 9th is Gilliams. 10th is Gardner. You see the green, that represents the winners that are in the postseason. Drivers that are in blue are the other 8 drivers that are on the outside looking in. They're in the playoff hunt. If they get a win, obviously they'll get that green bar. But again, drivers that are not listed in bold are outside the top 10. But easily, you win a race, Greg, you get that green bar. You're in the playoffs. You run for a championship in the postseason.
And that is what these drivers are trying to do. Get themselves locked in early. That way they don't have to worry about it the rest of the season, Wesley. They can focus on trying different things and taking different chances and stuff like that. That's why Altis and Wingo are able to breathe easier. Those are your two drivers that have the green bar over their name. Everyone else, if they're in blue, they are in the playoff spot, but not locked in yet. The drivers in black, they are the ones on the outside looking in. We're not quite into that range just yet. It's time to start bringing the red into effect, where you're on the outside looking in but still mathematically eligible. Too early in the season for that, but keep your eyes on that to come in the future as we watch cars continue to roll around right now.
Let my producer know, Greg, well, Charles, we have passed 50. Chris DeWeese is saying, is there a money bonus up for Braxton tonight? Or was that just last week? If we get 60 tonight, Chris DeWeese, he'll give you 20 bucks. You're 10
we need
away.
10 more. 10
for Braxton DeWeese to get $20 bonus. You just heard him earlier in the last caution. And the number 15. 10 away. Tonight's number is 60. Got to pick it up. But for those that are watching, thank you very much. We hope you enjoy the coverage of live sim racing. Wesley Outland, Greg Wrench, Charles Wooten in the production chair. This is live sim racing coverage of the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters in the new Archery Products 200. Just under 100 laps to go. And DeWeese, there you see him in the 15. Altis still the man leading. Now, DeWeese pitted. He's one lap down, Gregory. If we get a caution, he will get the free pass to go back on the lead lap.
What in the heck did I do to you to get the full first name treatment there? And
is your name
battle
Gregory?
It out, right? Yeah, full name. But we are battling it out right now.
I never knew. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm like, wait a minute. I just heard my full name. That usually means I'm in trouble. Good thing you don't know my middle name, or else I'd be running for the hills right now.
Oh, my
here
goodness.
As they battle. DeWeese is the first car, one lap down, like you said, but on those fresher tires, trying to get up there.
I will never call you Gregory again, unless I'm mad at you. Altis out in front. There's Matt Dyer in that 88 machine. Zach Duncan in third. Tucker Wingo, Jack Ely in the top 5. And I got to say, I'm impressed with Matt. Yeah, on the other series, the Adrenaline iRacing League, we kind of had some words with one another. And I just simply told him, Greg, I said, hey, look, you know, if you want more TV time, if you want us to talk about you more, put up and shut up. Get to the front. Show us what you got. Show us your talent. And we'll talk about you. And lo and behold, the next week he did that at Talladega, as we have more green flag pit stops underway. And I have to say, in conclusion, Greg, that very impressed with the run Matt Dyer has right now in the second position in that 88 car.
Fantastic run for Matt Dyer in the number 88. By the way, we just had a bonus put up from Brett Berkheimer, the team owner of Banff Motorsports. Their sponsor, Baps Auto Paints, has just put up $25 if one of their drivers, being Cody Fournette, Jack Ely, and Zach Duncan, can get the win here tonight in this one. I believe, I might be wrong on this, but I believe Tucker Wingo falls into that as well, but yes, not seeing him in communications with them. But those four right there, Wingo, Fournette, Ely, and Duncan, if one of them picks up the victory tonight, Baps Auto Paints, the sponsor of Banff Motorsports, is putting up $25 for them. So keep your eyes on that. By the way, Tucker Wingo won last week in New Hampshire. Just food for thought.
Jack Ely, Cody Fournette, Tucker Wingo, and Zach Duncan are a part of Banff Motorsports. They're eligible for the money.
That is not happening, Mr. Producer. He said he'd give me an extra $5.
If I say it, will you give it to me, Cody?
No, because that's not my middle name. He said,
no, I'm saying if I say it, will he
Elizabeth.
say it? If I tell him my middle name, will you give it to me? what about me?
Course,
If I say that's my middle name, will you give it to me, Cody? That's what I'm asking.
Of course,
Charles.
a certain Seth Frazier, a driver in the Monday night Northwest Cup Series and the Northwest Tour, which starts this Sunday on LSR TV. Of course, he would tell you my middle name is Elizabeth.
He's Gregory Elizabeth. I'm Wesley Elizabeth. We're the coverage of LSR TV.
Matt Dyer on pit road in the 88. I don't think he would like it if we said his middle name is Elizabeth.
Matt Dyer Elizabeth on the pit lane. I don't know where the word Elizabeth come from, but that's what we're using right now.
So that must be what Seth was talking about when he said he was going to get me back, because I finally got some payback on him in the Northwest Tour practice earlier in the week, and he said, Rents, just watch your back. I guess that's what he meant by it.
Matt Dyer coming off the pit lane. He will fall back all the way, and the new leader will be Braxton DeWeese in the 15. Trying to get to 60, guys. Trying to get to 60. As DeWeese brings his car off turn 4. Remember, he pitted before anybody else. He was almost a lap down, or he was a lap down. And it was going to tell you that if he had to, he would cycle back around on a free pass as the leader. But, man, he literally stayed out there on his own, Greg, and literally got back to the lead while everybody else cycled back and pitted.
Doing a fantastic job is Braxton DeWeese, High Five Racing's new driver. The switch to Toyota mid-season in the Adrenaline iRacing League paid off. He had a lot of speed in his number 27 Toyota for the remainder of the season before finishing it out here in the number 15 for the SNB Cup Series for Hive Racing, doing a fantastic job. 20 cars on the lead lap right now, Wesley, as we're in the middle of a green flag pit stop cycle. So unfortunately, that is being shaken out right now. Remember the bonus on the line for the Banff Motorsports teammates. I'm going to put the pressure on some of the other team owners in the chat. Let's see if you put up some bonus money for your team to pick up a win here tonight. I want to get this thing going. I want to get some eyes on this series, and I want to get some money in the purse, not just for the winners, but I want to get some money spread throughout the purse as well. Let's make this thing must-watch TV every Wednesday.
LSR TV is always must-watch TV. And this is the new Archery Products 200. We are coming up on halfway here in about another 18 laps. 50 laps are in. And DeWeese is the man out in front. Smith in second now. Matt Dyer, after a cycle of pit stops as the leader, and the big interval he had over the field, brings him back on the track in third. Robbie Helms, Jacob Grant, your top 5. Altus falls back to 6th. Duncan 7th. Wingo 8th. Tatum and Coleman, the top 10. But there is the 15 out in front, the Ohio native from the Buckeye State, Braxton DeWeese, trying to win his first event on the SNB Cup Series in Season 2, Round 3. Pass for second. Matt Dyer back to second. Gets around Caleb Smith at the line.
Fresh tires paying off right now for Matt Dyer in the number 88. He's representing CEM Motorsports. They're getting around his teammate Caleb Smith in the 12. 12 of Smith led a lap. Wow. Matt Dyer, he just came out of nowhere and just drove around Braxton DeWeese. Matt Dyer leading now in the Powerpuff Girls Mustang. Cartoon Network on board. And Matt Dyer taking off here in that bright pink 88 car, leading here at Kansas.
And by the way, Joshua Altus just put the same whip on Caleb Smith in the 12. Put him now the third. Now make him go to second as he just passed Braxton DeWeese. And Dyer and Altus were fighting for position before they pitted the last go around. And here we go round and round again. 88-94.
Yeah, fresh tires paying off right now for both Dyer and Altus in that number 94 Daytona winner. Matt Dyer having a fantastic performance here tonight in his number 88 Mustang, coming up on Will Duvall as Grodzinski coming back off pit road. Cody Fournette 27 laps down for Banff Motorsports. So barring we get 34 cautions and he's able to fight his way back up and get the lucky dog all those times, will not see him pick up the $25 bonus tonight, but he's going to be able to fight back here next week for sure. And who knows what can happen. Joey Beasley has parked it and loaded it up on the trailer. He's the first driver out of the race, so Joey Beasley is out of the show in the number 21, which means Fournette's going to gain one spot at least. Who knows what can happen moving forward here.
And by the way, I know the scoring ticker as Ross Tatum brings the Melly Yellow car onto the pit lane for a pit stop. I know that the scoring ticker has Fournette out in the 14, and that is because, Greg, because he stayed on the pit lane for so many laps, it basically considered him out of the race on the server. Am I correct? But that will change once he gets caught back up.
Yeah, once he clicks a certain number of laps in and it registers that, oh, hey, he is back out there, it will bring him back into the fold. But with him being 27 laps down right now, as you see Tatum pulling out in the number 1. For reference, Cody Fournette is only working his 31st lap of the race, while race leader Matt Dyer works lap number 58, coming to complete that lap, moving on to 59 now. That's your reference right now of how much gap is between Fournette and the race leader Matt Dyer.
And by the way, we are also approaching halfway as well. Matt Dyer out in front, the number 88 machine. The man out of California, trying to prove a point to everybody on CEM Motorsports that he is a contender on this series and in the world of iRacing. His teammates, Evan Coleman, Spencer Hardison, Caleb Smith, all there, having good runs amongst themselves as well. But right now, Matt Dyer looking for that first win, and by the way, to be the third different winner on the SNB Cup Series. Let's take a look at your saw blade top 5. And we're going to go side by side so you don't miss a thing as we approach halfway at Kansas. Dyer, Altus, Deweese, Duncan, Wingo. Back with more on LSR TV and CRN Sports in a moment.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do actually any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold, to where we, you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto it, onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Pit stops underway here at Kansas after our third caution of the new Archery Products 200. And here comes the cavalry off the pit lane. That top 5 might change. Understanding that this is a admin caution that got called, Greg.
Yeah, waiting to hear back from race officials as to why the caution was displayed here at lap number 61 was when the caution came out. Matt Dyer off and away. So he's going to like this, Wesley, maybe, because everybody's going to be on the same pit cycle now, at least for the time being, because of where that came out. The good news is definitely for Braxton DeWeese in the number 15, because he was on the old tires. He was falling in a hurry, but able to get it back now.
So under the yellow flag. Just about to approach halfway as well when the caution flag fell. Lap 67 will be 100 miles complete. 67 laps to go. Matt Dyer doing really good right now for the time being. Let's bring up another one of those high five racing drivers of the number 19, and that is Tyler Stooksbury. And the driver out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Tyler, got a good run going for you right now, man. You're currently in 19th, but, you know, you just made pit stops.
Yeah, well, we got a too fast entering on our green flag stop, so we it hurt us a little bit, and now we're kind of trying to play catch up, trying to get a lap back. I thought I was the lucky dog. I should have been the lucky dog, but I didn't get the prompt for it, so I'm going to have to come in this time.
Well, other than that, before all this bad luck happened to the 19, car's been pretty good.
Yeah, no, we're quick. We just need to get back up there. I made a mistake. I tried to be conservative coming in. I felt like I couldn't see. I need to go back and rewatch it, but I felt like I was going to get run over from behind, so I was a little too aggressive coming in. So it is my bad, but we'll figure something out. There's enough time left, hopefully. If we can get back on lead lap, I feel really good about it.
Greg, got anything for Tyler?
Tyler, you had a very fast Toyota once again here. Pole last week, second this week, so a lot of speed in these high five Toyotas right now. Seems to have transferred over good for the race. You like what you got in race trim?
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, it's handling pretty well. Pretty much just got to save tires. If you don't, you'll get burned there after about 7 or 8 laps into the run, you know. So you just gotta watch it and make sure you're being conservative with it and hang on to her, you know.
Hey, before we let you go, let everybody in the LSR and CRN world know about your weekly podcast.
Yeah, we got a YouTube channel called Tight End Loose Off. Go check it out. We just hit 100 subscribers today, pretty new. So yeah, go check it out. It's pretty nice.
All right, that is a Tight End Loose Off podcast with Tyler Stooksbury, the driver to Knoxville, Tennessee, out of High Five Racing, getting his thoughts right now as he currently just made a pit stop, suffered an EOL penalty, now mired back a lap down, and the pace car gets ready to come in. We're ready to come back for the restart here at Kansas. Approaching halfway, Dyer down to the bottom of the apron below the blend line. You can do that. We're back to racing here at Kansas into turn 1, Greg.
Nice restart by Dyer in the 88. A big lead overall in the number 94. The one I'm watching right now is Braxton DeWeese in that number 15, because he has had the most short run speed so far today in that number 15, but he's been off sequence with these guys in front of him for the time being. Back on the same tire sequence now, and you can see he gets the run on the outside there of Matt Dyer in the 88. Altus is going to get his nose up front. The Daytona winner is going to lead the lap here, but look at DeWeese trying to go 3 wide on the inside. Now he's going to go to the bottom. He's going to get it into turn 1.
Threading the needle. By the way, a shout out to Lad Ronning. He is a new member of LSR TV. He became a newest member to Live Sim Racing. Welcome aboard. Lad Ronning, new member.
Oh, DeWeese gets in the Altus.
Wow.
Turn number 4. What a save. What a save
Altus.
by Altus. They're 3 wide for second. Man, I want to go back and look at the swag replay, but at the same time, I don't want to miss anything going on up here.
Let's follow this. Watch this. Understanding the caution, the last yellow was for the 43 of Grzinski, was loose, got loose on the bottom of the racetrack. They thought he was going to spin it out, and the flagman threw a yellow. Battle, contact, DeWeese gets
They almost wreck again. Deweese.
Hold on, Deweese is in the wall. Deweese, more cars spinning down below the apron. Tag slammed into the wall. 4, 5, 6, 7 cars trashed in turn number 1 here in Kansas.
I saw Stooksbury up there. He was one of those drivers up there. Under caution, the swag replay on screen. That's Grant underneath. Deweese trying to side draft. Oh, just a side draft gone wrong there.
Contact off Smith. Dyer gets away, bounces off another car. Deweese spun in the apron, and then he collects more cars up on the banking in the top shelf.
I think that was Tucker Wingo, last week's winner, that he got up in the wall with initially. Taking their look at it. There's Wingo behind him. By the way, aerial coverage brought to you, as always, by All American Pools. Wesley, I'm watching that black and white car with the yellow numbers, 4th in line on the outside here. I think that's who he got into, knock him into the wall there.
It started with him and Smith.
Wingo got through.
Wingo got through it. And then, wow, there you go. And then, man, all you see is smoke, and hold on. Let's ride on board with Braxton Deweese and see what it was like as we go extended replays presented by Swag E-Wraps and Graphics. On board with the 15. Watch this.
Going for the lead.
Take a listen. Wow. What a tough break there, Greg.
Heartbreaker for Braxton Deweese in the number 15 on pit road. Fortunately for him, he does have the fast repair and several of the high five teammates. Tyler Stooksbury on pit road as well. And Jacob Grant out on the track still. Caleb Smith is going to take the lead from Altus in the number 94. Tucker Wingo in 4th. I thought that was him that got collected in it. Still trying to figure out who that was. That was collected in that one to trigger everything there. Still trying to diagnose who that was that got into Deweese.
Man, what a tough break there. And several other cars, by the way, caught up in that calamity up on the top of the banking in 1 and 2 to boot.
Under caution, just past halfway, by the way, Wesley. Lap 71 on the board of 134, so just past halfway here.
We are just after halfway. Let's see if we can grab another driver. We mentioned him earlier in the race, driving the colors of William Byron, Brockton Packard. Let's see how the driver of the 24 is doing right now. By the way, Driver Communications is presented by Clan Wars server Brockton Packard from Zephyr Hills, Florida. Doing good right now, bud, inside the top 10.
Yeah, man, this Liberty University 24 Chevy Camaro is driving like a dream, man. Probably the fastest car we've had basically ever on LSR TV, apart from our Daytona car. But yeah, just trying to survive. During the green flag pit stops, we spun out on pit lane and got lucky and didn't get a penalty, and then used my fast repair accidentally, so I'm just trying to survive at this point.
And you survived that big wreck just a moment ago.
Yeah, definitely some wild stuff happened. Not exactly sure what happened. I know the leaders got together, and it's never good no matter what kind of track you're at.
Yeah, it looks like right now you move back into the 6th position as some of these drivers falling back. But second half of the race, talk about the wrap jobs you've been using on your car real quickly before I have Greg throw you a question. I mean, I've seen you have the Jeff Gordon colors of the Rainbow Warriors, and then I see you now have the William Byron Liberty University colors.
Yeah, you know, trading paints is just such a great place to find some awesome paint schemes from some awesome people. This one was from a guy I follow on Instagram. I think his name is JCal Graphics on Instagram. Definitely go follow him. Tell him Brockton P sent you. But yeah, for the past couple of weeks, we've been running some different schemes. But I think here in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be getting some shadow racing schemes up in here and representing a little bit.
Greg, final question for Brockton. We're at 1 to go, by the way.
Yeah, Brockton, we'll make this quick. You've had a lot of speed in this 24 at Kansas here this week. How much practice time did you put into this race here this week?
You know, we got really lucky. I've run a lot of the AI racing on Kansas just because it's a flat, fun track. But with these guys, about 30 minutes.
All right, buddy, we'll let you go. That is, again, the driver, Brockton Packard. And that 24 machine, we'll see where he ends up as this race does get ready to come back for a restart after that big wreck involving DeWeese and others. Braxton DeWeese is going to fall all the way back into the top 20 when we come back for the restart. It'll be lap 73 completed when they come to green. Here they come down the straightaway. And once again, Altus on the whole shot gets the jump on one. Altus, Grant, Wingo, Hardison, Helms. Some new names, Greg, in the top 5 in turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, one car coming off pit road. That was Gilliams in the 28 just rejoining the field as Grant going after Altus now into number 94. He's surrounded by green bars on the ticker, Wesley, because Altus in front of him and Wingo behind him. Not for long, though, as Grant going for the lead now in that number 5. Altus and Wingo, the 2 cars on the outside right now, your race winners this season. Remember, Banff Motorsports, $25 bonus courtesy of Baps Auto Paint. If a Banff Motorsport driver gets the win, Tucker Wingo's one of those, but Jacob Grant to the lead into number 5 for High Five Racing. You got Spencer Hardison, another one of those CEM drivers up there in 4th as well. They're working together, but Altus wants it back.
Altus on the bottom. Wingo in 3rd, the 99. There he is on the outside alongside Hardison's car for the lead. Trying on the outside, Jacob Grant to battle back. Side by side as they are back to turn 1. Give Grant the top spot. Altus trying to throw the block on the bottom.
Grant tries to get the nose in front on the backstretch. He will. The Toyota rockets to the lead now into number 5 from High Five Racing.
In the 5.
In the 5,
and
yes.
As we approach after halfway, turn up the volume on your televisions or your cell phones or your laptops. This is our virtual Kicking the Asphalt extended here at Kansas as they roar to turn 1. Here they come. Woo! At speed at Kansas. Just after halfway, about 10 laps or so. And by the way, Brett Berkmeyer is putting up more money for Banff Motorsports. Remember, Banff Motorsports driver wins $25 bonus. Now, if another driver wins from another team, Greg, he's putting up $10 to the winner.
Love to see the sponsors coming through and not just supporting their team, but they're supporting the series as a whole. Love to see that. And this series and LSR TV, any series on LSR TV and the channel included, they are always accepting sponsorship inquiries. So make sure you message those in charge of whatever you are seeking, be it a race, be it the series, be it a team, be it a driver, be it the channel, who knows what. All kinds of inquiries are there. So check them out. out and get a quote to get involved in sim racing here in the SNB Cup Series.
You can sponsor the scoring ticker. You can sponsor the grid, starting lineup. Grid's taken, actually. Unofficial results. As Matt Dyer and Wingo battle for the 99. Here comes Hardison in the 9 as well. This is inside the top 5 for third, or actually, yeah, third through 5th. Yeah, here we go. Side by side, Hardison and Wingo for that spot. Wingo, the New Hampshire winner last Wednesday night. What a wreck fest that was at New Hampshire there, Greg. And then it came down to a triple shootout in overtime, and they even wrecked on the final shootout. Gave the win to Wingo in 99.
Yeah, they had quite the adventure in New England last week. Lobster for dinner for Wingo, but everyone else came up short in that one. And they're trying to revamp themselves here in Kansas. They've done a nice job. It's been, for the most part, not terrible. We have had quite a long green flag run stretch here tonight. Couple cars behind the wall now. Tyler Stooksbury, the number 19, has parked it for the day in his Toyota. Ronnie Shirk looks to be out of it as well. Will Duvall still sitting on pit road, but does have some, or quite a bit of damage in that number, or in the number 32, but 18 cars currently on the lead lap right now.
Altus down on the inside, trying to battle Grant for the lead. He's there on the inside, and he's trying to pull away from the 5, but the 5 showing more momentum on the top shelf down the back stretch, and he'll clear him. Coming up on lap 85 now, being complete.
18 cars on the lead lap. Jacob Grant leading the way right now in the number 5. Altus. Dyer with a nice run again. Dyer was able to close in on Altus there and get a run on the outside. Altus shut the door. Matt Dyer peeking low. Altus going to go down to pick up the draft and try to get a run on Grant down the back straightaway. Battle for second. Could become a battle for the lead here pretty quickly. Altus with a nice run into turn 3 on the outside.
So Altus and Dyer carry also Wingo and Hardison behind them, trying to close in on Grant Pillsbury Doughboy in the 5 for High 5 Racing. Look at them all in that pack. There's a first group. There's a second group. Here they roar off for 2, coming to the back straightaway. A 5-car breakaway. And then you have another 7 cars in that second pack. Down the back stretch they go. And they run after Grant.
By the way, Wesley, 2 drivers who were looking to summon some of that rowdy luck earlier after what happened in Texas. Robbie Helms in the number 18 and Evan Coleman in the rowdy 51. They're up in the top 10 now after both started outside the top 15.
Keep an eye on that 51 machine, Rowdy Energy Drink, number 51, Toyota. There he is right now. Behind him is Jack Ely, having a good run. Evan Coleman for CEM Motorsports. There he's right there in that 51. Nice looking car. And I will tell you that I am a fan of Rowdy Energy Drink. It's good.
I've never had a Rowdy Energy Drink. We haven't gotten it up here yet.
I don't. I'm a fan of Rowdy Energy Drink, though. I have no words.
Will Duvall coming back out on the track. Yeah, approaching lap number 90. Will Duvall coming back out on the track now in the number 32.
Comes. The one thumb wonder back on the speedway. Will Duvall. We were checking in on him earlier.
Poor Will. He gave him such a hard time.
Let's grab him. He's on the bottom of the apron. He's not really racing right now. Hey, birthday boy, 1 day old. How's the car?
Well, it's broke, but it runs.
I got you. I tell you what, you had a really strong run before you got crashed.
Yeah, I felt amazing. I love this track, and the setup feels great. But I don't know. I just got caught up in that last wreck, and away it went.
How's your thumb?
It hurts, and it's all I can do not to grab the wheel with my left hand sometimes.
Oh my goodness! He got crashed in the dirt race on his birthday last night, Greg, and now tonight, first day is age 31.
26.
26. First day is age 26.
Wait, I'm older than you?
I guess. Damn, I feel old. I told him that last night. I am old. Yeah.
I feel bad for
Charles is a legend.
We give Will such a hard time, but he's another one of our LSR TV cohorts who see him in the production booth.
He's our B Squad producer, as I always say.
Yeah, so we love giving him a hard time, but we'll have a fun race the rest of the way. We'll see what happens here at the end.
He ain't even talking to us no more.
Sorry, I was coming in for a black flag.
Oh, you got black flag?
We distracted him. He got him with black flag. That's our fault.
Oh. By the way, driver communication presented by Clan Wars Servers, the official communications partner of Live Sim Racing. Unless you want to become a sponsor of driver communications, and then we'll talk business. Right, Greg?
Let's talk turkey.
Right, Charles?
Hey, speaking of turkey, Thanksgiving's coming up. We got Halloween in a couple days, and then it's on to the turkey.
Yes, turkey. Favorite time of the year, Thanksgiving, where you stuff your face and watch football.
Maybe you can get the turkey with one of those new archery products. Proud sponsor of tonight's race.
Pit road is open. Here comes Duncan on the pit lane. We talk about turkey. You got to say Duncan. You think of Duncan Hines. You get that? Did you get the segue? Did you get the segue there, Greg? Thanksgiving, turkey, Duncan Hines. Never mind. He's on the pit lane.
Oh my goodness, Will Duvall coming in for a stop and go, and they accidentally decided to change tires on the number 32. Oh my goodness, poor
It's just
Will.
Bad luck continuing for Will Duvall.
The no thumbs up bad luck award for Will Duvall.
Jacob Grant's on pit road. Here comes Pillsbury. Hey, we literally been talking about Thanksgiving. We had Duncan come in. You think of Duncan Hines. You have Jacob Grant come in. You think of Pillsbury. That's his nickname. Pillsbury crescent rolls are good on the table for Thanksgiving. You can't make this up, Greg.
All right, now we got to come up with one for Altus, Wingo, Hardison, and Coleman. What you got, bud?
Well, there's energy drinks to keep you awake for all the cooking. You got Wingo, you think of chicken wings.
By the way,
they're working on pit road.
What in the world?
Wingo and Altus and some more cars.
Your winners, your two previous winners, Wingo and Altus. See what happens when we start talking about food? We distract the drivers, they start thinking about food, and then bam.
Oh my goodness. Can we see a replay of what happened on pit road? Oh my God. What in the world just took place?
And Tucker Wingo's, by the way, still in his stall.
Oh! Might have to back up just a little bit farther. Our producers in the truck. Here we go. Replay presented by Swag. Here they come on the pit lane. Everybody on the binders. Altus. Wingo.
Woo, Wingo almost missed the cone. Wingo almost missed the cone there, too. That could have been just as bad. All right, let's take a look.
All right, here they come. Hardison, did he? Well, Hardison got into Wingo, and Altus got scared and checked up and drove through the grass.
Wingo just now is pulling out of his pit stall.
Yeah, we have the 12 car off the pit lane a moment ago as well. Caleb Smith, he's in the Nintendo car, and normally the kids are playing video games while they're waiting for, food to cook.
Drinking a Mellow Yellow.
Drinking a Mellow Yellow, exactly. Mellow Yellow, always good to have on the dinner table until it's gone, like it just did.
Sometimes the kids get tired of the video games. They put on Cartoon Network. That's up front with the 88 of Matt Dyer.
There's nothing mellow about it. Dyer and Tatum and Stone. He's in the Sundrop car. There you go. You have your choice between Mellow Yellow or Sundrop. The battle of the citrus flavors.
Oh, we are so getting copyright claims from so many different people for this one.
Oh, well. And that is why Thanksgiving is my favorite time of the year. Yes.
Make it 80 degrees outside and we'll talk.
Well, it's sometimes 80 degrees in North Carolina during
I don't want to hear it.
All right, Gregory, that's enough.
Hey.
And then sometimes you, I'm not saying it.
Not saying that one. Only 3 cars on the lead lap right now, Wesley. Matt Dyer, Ross Tatum, and Zachary Stone are the only 3 drivers on the lead lap because they are the only 3 drivers left that have yet to come down pit road. Robbie Helms will be the first
here
car.
Comes Pillsbury and Meliello fighting for position.
Actually, nope. This is Grant trying to get back on the lead lap. Tatum's still in second. He has yet to come down pit road, as has Zachary Stone in the 83. He couldn't come down this time if he wanted to, because he has Fournette on the bottom in at number 14. Fournette's got Baps Auto Paint. Remember, they're putting up $10 to the race winner of this one. If it's one of the Banff Motorsports cars, $25 to that one. Hearing we may see the 88 of Dyer on pit road this time from the race lead. He's slowing it down. Yep, here come the Powerpuff Girls down on the pit road, bringing Ross Tatum with him. So move Zachary Stone to the race lead if he elects to stay out here.
And what a way for Zachary Stone to redeem himself, especially after having bad luck at New Hampshire last week.
He's coming. He's on pit road as well.
And he's coming down the pit lane as well. So this is going to cycle back around, I believe, Grant in the 5.
I believe it'll actually be Helms. Nope, it was going to be Helms, but Grant just got around him in the number 5. Robbie Helms was going to be the leader, but Grant was able to get him on the backstretch there. Jacob Grant back to the lead.
Get those Pillsbury Crescent Rolls ready for Jacob Grant. He leads just after lap 100. We're going to go side by side for our final commercial break. And when we return after a word from our sponsor, New Archery Products, we will take you to the checkered flag. This is the SNB Cup Series, round 3. From the Kansas Speedway on your home for sim racing, LSR TV, and the voice of live sim racing, CRN Sports at wearecrn.com.
The DK4 by NAP represents the next level of broadheads, providing you with fixed and mechanical blade technology in one devastating head. Available in both crossbow and compound models, the DK4 features a pivoting main blade which eliminates deflection off bone and maintains momentum, while delivering true field point accuracy as well as 2 deploying bleeder blades for 1 1/4" secondary cutting diameter, equating to devastating wound channels. And with an internal blade retention system, there are no O-rings, collars, or rubber bands, just the confidence knowing that the blades will open on impact no matter your target. Featuring a bone-crushing trophy tip and diamized blade sharpening process for true ultra-sharp blades. The DK4 Broadhead from NAP. Hunt with confidence.
Back here at Kansas, ready for the final commercial-free race to the finish, is what I was trying to say. I lost my place because Grant is out in front. There you see him, the 5. Hardison second, Helms in third, Duncan and Ely in the top 5. Ely sounds close to Elf. You got Christmas around the corner.
What are you rambling about? we just skipped Thanksgiving and Halloween. We're going straight Christmas now?
No, I said Halloween. Get your candy, run for your life. Then I said Thanksgiving. We described Thanksgiving. And then you have Ely, which sounds a lot like Elf. And, yeah, the 54 car is in the top 5.
And adults, if you're over the age of 21, partake in plenty of what's on the hood of Ely's car on all 3 occasions.
And what's on the car?
JD, Jack Daniels, if you're over the age of 21.
You remember that quote from Christmas Vacation? All of our Christmases were a disaster when I was a kid, Daddy. How did we get through them? I had a lot of help from Jack Daniels.
I love that movie. Jacob Grant leading the way in the number 1. Hardison, Helms, Duncan, Ely, your top 5. Evan Coleman in the number 51. Trying to reel in Ely right now. Quiet night for Cody Terry in the number 2 up in front of Ely. He was the winner last time the series was here back in season number 1. It wasn't on LSR TV, but Cody Terry was the defending winner of this race. Does not look like that will be the case tonight as he stuck a lap down, not in the lucky dog position. That belongs to Zachary Stone in the 83, who's just in front of him, but is on much fresher tires. Stone, the freshest tires on the racetrack right now.
Wow,
11
Ely.
cars on the lead lap.
Ely to the inside, trying to make a run on the 11 of Woods, or Zybart. Just ran out of time. Zybart did. He got hung up on the outside lane, and now they fan back out single file.
Jurassic
25
Park.
to go here at Kansas there, Greg.
Yeah, tough break for Jurassic Park in the number 11. 2 laps down now in 18th position. As well, Braxton DeWeese next up there, 2 laps down after the damage that he had to the number 15. Was able to use the fast repair. The problem was he had to tow back to the pits. That is what cost him so much time.
Ready to bring this one on home for supper, as they say. 24 to go.
Grant
here
leads.
at Kansas. Yeah.
Grant leads, Hardison and Helms second and third. Hardison is all by himself right now. Helms is in the dogfight right now as Duncan is going to get around him in that number 80, so move him to the outside and into third, trying to bring Ely with him in the number 54. And Coleman as well, a couple lappers mixed in there as well, Zybart and Terry.
Grant, Hardison, Duncan, Ely. Coleman now in the top 5. And there you see Ely and the 11 fighting for that spot. The 11 car. Zybart, lap machine in the way, 2 laps down, as the leaders are trying to get around them.
Grant
Let's
lead.
pick up Grant. He's the man out in front, the number 5 machine. Hardison in second.
And Wesley,
the
that lead
question
is shrinking.
Yeah, I was going to say that, bud. I was going to say that. It looks like this lead is shrinking, and Hardison is trying to reel him in. By the way, looking for his 2nd win on the SNB Cup Series. He won the finale of Season 1 that we broadcast on LSR TV. Caution's out.
Caution is out. This is going to change the entire complexion of this race.
Wave it, Barney, wave it.
We see a couple cars stopped up here in turn number 4. Zybart on pit road in the 11.
Well, you got cars. They were stalled up in turn 4. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like 14 might involved again. Fournette again.
Saw some damage on Zybart, but I think that was from earlier. Swag replay, still trying to find it. Don't believe it was Fournette.
We'll find out here.
Yep, there's the pace car.
No, they already threw the caution. The pace car was on the speedway. Yeah.
Still trying to find where the caution was. Uh-oh, Will Duvall in the number 32. He just parked it on the trailer. Loaded up on the trailer. Did we just find a smoking gun, or did something else happen to the 32?
There he is, just disappearing. Let's see what happened before that. Will Duvall.
I think I saw a puff of smoke come out of him on the backstretch. He may have blown the motor in that number 32, which is why he loaded up. Coming off of turn number 2.
20 laps to go, by the way. Let's watch this now. Here's a replay on the B32.
Right
there he goes. Click, click, boom.
Blew the motor.
Cheech and Chong riding with him virtually. Up in smoke.
Meanwhile, while we're doing all this, pit stops are underway, and Hardison won the race off pit road, Wesley.
There you go. See the scoring pylon with zeros all down the board. Pit stops. Hardison, the man out in front. Hey, let's grab a word with Pillsbury. Number 5, Jacob Grant, right now doing a good job in that car. The man of the number 5 to Charlotte, North Carolina for High Five Racing, Jacob Grant. Jacob, car looks good. You got a shot to pull an upset here?
I hope so, man. I'm trying my best. I keep getting into the wall. It's happening just a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be affecting me much. I was hoping that yellow flag would have never came out. I think I would have been in great condition to win this thing.
So we call you Pillsbury. Are you a fan of crescent rolls on Thanksgiving?
Most definitely, man. Them things are delicious. You add a little bit of butter to them, man. They're shoo-wee.
Go ahead, Greg.
All right, well, Jacob, you're going to be third on this restart, it looks like, as it looks like the 96 of Peterson has stayed out to gamble, so you're going to be behind the driver who did not pit on this one. What do you think is going to happen on this restart, knowing that knowledge now?
Honestly, I hope he jumps the restart so he can he doesn't slow me down too much, but once we get past the line, I'll definitely be doing my hardest to get around him.
All right, buddy. Jacob Grant, thank you very much for High Five Racing out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Ready for the restart here. By the way, quick development. I'm understanding that the 88 car, if you want to show him real quick, in 8th position, Matt Dyer, he is out of tires, Greg. He has used all 6 sets of his tires, the original 4 for the start of the race, plus 5 sets on pit road. The Cartoon Network Ford, number 88 of Matt Dyer from California. All of his tires are used up as we approach the 18 laps to go in this race.
Got what you got from here on, Wesley.
More cars onto the pit lane. The 98 machine.
Including Zach Peterson.
96, Zachary Peterson, yeah.
Yep, that's the one who stayed out, so that will move, I believe. We'll move Hardison and Grant back up to the front row.
There's nothing mellow about it unless you like a sun drop. I've always called sun drop the mellow yellow of the South. Zachary Stone having a good run in the 83 car. He was the man that was out in front leading. He was leading after pit stops, though.
Yep, came down pit road.
That's right.
In the sun drop machine.
I think it's going to put Spencer Hardison as the leader now.
I believe it should.
And the number 9.
And then you got Grant in the 5, Pillsbury, Jack Ely, the 54. Remember, he's a Banff Motorsports driver, $25 courtesy of Baps Auto Paint. If he gets the win, any other driver not in a Banff Motorsports car gets 10 courtesy of Baps Motorsports. So big thank you to Baps for stepping up.
Let's grab a word with Evan Coleman real quickly.
No, we're going green, Wesley. We're going green.
Oh, we are. We're going green. We are. Back for the restart. Could this be the finish as Zachary Stone is off the pace? Green back out with 17 remaining at Kansas, and Zachary Stone with issues. Hardison the leader. We're back underway. I know the scoring ticker is going to show Zachary Stone at the top, but it's going to update and it's going to put the 9 as the leader.
Actually, Wesley, I think I know what may have happened here. Looking through, I'm wondering if perhaps the 83 got one too many wave arounds and was being scored a lap ahead. Yes, they're sending him down pit road right now into number 83, Wesley. That is exactly what happened. Zachary Stone received one too many wave arounds and was being scored a lap ahead of the rest of the field.
Uh-oh.
He's coming down pit road now.
So basically, to make this without throwing a caution, they're having Stone come down onto the pit lane so the rest of the field can fly by him, and then he can go to the tail end of the field.
Correct. I believe it's going to be a stop and go for Stone just to try to get him back out there on pit road into number 83. So that's what happened there. One too many wave arounds there, Wesley, and they did not catch it in time before the green flag came out. So Hardison is the race leader. Coleman is second. Grant third, in a battle with Ely right now, and Caleb Smith in the 12th. Now, Wesley, that's something that is kind of a common occurrence. That's happened in one of my races that we raced. We raced the street stock at USA International. By the way, iRacing.com Northwest Tour presented by Joe's Racing Products season opener this Sunday at USA International. Evan Coleman to the lead in the 51.
Great segue there. It's going to be live at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on LSR TV. For the lead, Hardison, Coleman, Grant, Ely, Smith, all in this mix. 6 cars, 7 cars in this blanket of one pack. Cross the line.
Can
13 to go.
Away. Hardison, he won the series finale for season number 1, looking to kick-start it here in race number 3 of season 2 for the SNB Cup Series. But he's got Coleman behind him as well. Jacob Grant, a couple. Ah, they get together. Coleman.
Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it.
Save.
3 wide.
Oh my goodness,
wide.
4 wide. And they keep it going.
Wow.
What a save by Evan Coleman.
Get out of my head, Greg. I literally said what a save, and you said what a save. Oh, what a save.
Whew. I don't know how they
What
did that.
a save by those drivers, but my goodness, now Coleman getting the short end of the stick there. He'll fall back to 6th.
It's Spencer Hardison for CEM Motorsports leading the way now in the number 9. Trying to get up and seal this one for CEM Motorsport. That's a 1-2 right now for CEM, with High Five Racing still represented with Jacob Grant in 3rd. Then you've got Ross Tatum in the number 1. He is representing Blackjack Racing up in the top 5 in the Mellow Yellow entry. Then Banff Motorsports is number 54 of Jack Ely, rounds out your top 5.
You got Blackjack, and then you got Jack Daniels, one behind the other.
Hey, that goes together. They go well together.
10 laps to go here at Kansas. It's time to pick your virtual poison. Who will it be? Hardison of the Lanes entry, looking for his 2nd win on the SNB Cup Series. He never won on the Adrenaline iRacing League. He won the season finale for the series back at Homestead in season 1.
He did get a pole, though.
Cup Series. He did get a pole
in the Adrenaline League. But looking for his 2nd win in the SNB Cup Series, first of this season.
And furthermore, Greg, if he wins this race, put a big gold-green space bar on his name. Or not a space bar, green block is what I meant. On his name, he is in the playoffs.
He's got a blue bar up on his name right now, which means he's in a playoff position, but not yet locked in.
Oh, we got smokers. We got smokers.
That is
the 11 of Zybart.
That is 22 of Cody Terry, on pit road. He was the winner of Season 1's race here, and he just blew the motor, Wesley. That thing is a milkshake in the number 22, so he is unfortunately going to be done for the day, as that's an automatic 30 minutes on pit road. You're not going to get that fixed in the last 7 laps of this one. Hardison leading the way right now.
Altus on pit road.
Wick it away. Altus on pit road, your Daytona winner. He's coming down to try to get a little extra tires and some fuel. I don't think he was able to make it there, so he's going to be a lap down.
7 remaining, by the way, while all these pit stops are going on. 13 just exited off the pit lane. Cass. And while that goes on, there's Hardison. No, I'm sorry. He's the leader. Grant is in 3rd, trying to close in on Caleb Smith. There's the 12. And he'll carry the 1 of Tatum with him.
Notice they're all up on the high side right now, Wesley, trying to get as much speed out of their cars as they can right now, as Hardison is pulled away 1.04 seconds over Caleb Smith. It's a CEM 1-2 with their Technical Alliance High Five Racing behind him in 3rd, but Ross Tatum trying to get Blackjack on the podium for the first time. He's got a run on the outside of Grant, looking for it right now.
Look out, Pillsbury. The bottle of the beverage coming after the croissant car. Cross the stripe, it's 5 to go. 5 remaining here at Kansas. Grant, Tatum, fighting side by side. Give him some room. Tatum a little loose there. Thought he was going to bounce off the concrete. And he'll power to the outside and go side by side and clear him on the back straightaway, Greg, on the top shelf.
Got loose again, though. Was able to make the pass this time in the number 1 of Tatum. So move him to 3rd in the number 1. Led much of the early stages of this one, trying to get up there for the lead and get a podium here for Blackjack Racing and for Ross Tatum. Jack Ely hanging back there in 2nd. Meanwhile, Hardison's clicking them away right now. Just 4 laps to go for Hardison.
Hardison picking him up and putting him down. Smith behind him in the number 2 spot. On the top side, the 9 car riding as close as he can to the safer wall barrier without bouncing off of it. trying to get as much distance as he can from that car. You just saw the red and black 12 of Caleb Smith. Laps winding down, 3 to go. Back to turn 1 and 2 here at Kansas in the new Archery Products 200. The final miles remain, Greg, on the back straightaway.
Hardison leading it down the backstretch. Smith 1.04 back still. Tatum has cleared Grant, who is in the battle now with Ely for 4th. This is allowing Tatum to pull away and try to reel in Smith, but just 2 laps to go now for Spencer Hardison. 3 more miles here at Kansas.
2 to go. Hardison works his way into turn number 1 and 2, clear out in front. No competition whatsoever. Looking for that second win on the back straightaway. Laps winding down for the 9 as he goes to turn 3.
Just has to get to the white flag, and this race will be official. And the next flag will end the race as he comes off turn number 4, just trying to get to the line so Barney can put the white silk over him. He's got it. White flag. 1 more lap to go. The CRN 1 to go.
Final time around. Working into turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. The number 9 machine comes to us, of course, for CEM Motorsports. Along with teammates Matt Dyer, Caleb Smith, another teammate 1-2 finish if they pull it off. Here he comes off of turn number 4. Put a green bold box on his name now. New Archery Products 200 winner at Kansas is Hardison. His second win on the SNB Cup Series. Homestead and now here. Second spot to his teammate, Caleb Smith. Tatum will finish 3rd. Grant will go 4th, and Ely will finish in the top 5.
Great job by Spencer Hardison. Gets it done here at Kansas. Second career win in the SNB Cup Series. First of the season here for Spencer Hardison. How about Caleb Smith? Had an up and down day behind him in second. A 1-2 finish for CEM Motorsports here tonight. And Ross Tatum getting it done here for Blackjack Racing to come home with 3rd. But Spencer Hardison and Jacob Grant are going to smoke him because they got him. They got a 1-2 finish here for CEM, and they are lighting it up. There's Matt Dyer, the teammate for CEM, coming up. Expecting to see Evan Coleman come in as well. Big night here for CEM. Here, their first win of the season here in the SNB Cup Series.
And honestly, Greg, as we have the celebration forthcoming, all of those drivers on Team CEM done a phenomenal job all night long.
Absolutely. They did a spectacular job. All 3 of them there, you see them doing celebrations, led laps here tonight.
There's
and of course,
Coleman.
There's Coleman, the 51. He has been very strong all year long as well. Big one there for the boys.
Well, let's take a look at the results. I know the scoring pylon virtually has big fat goose eggs. That's only because they cleared it. Race is done. Here's your results presented by Sawblade here in Kansas. Spencer Hardison, the winner, almost a second back to his teammates. The CEM Motorsports number 1-2 finish for Caleb Smith. Ross Tatum will finish 3rd. Jacob Grant will finish in 4th. Jack Ely, Evan Coleman, Robbie Helms, Matt Dyer, Zachary Peterson, and Zach Duncan Hines, your top 10 here at Kansas.
You find Brockton Packard, final car on the lead lap for Shadow Racing. Liberty University finishes 11 tonight. Starting 1 lap down, we find Keenan Massey. Last week's winner, Tucker Wingo. Daytona winner, Joshua Altus. So both winners entering tonight come home 1 lap down. And then Jonathan Woods 2 laps down in 15th, along with Carson Zybart, Zachary Stone, Matthew Gilliams 3 laps down, along with Christian Gardner and Dakota Cass, your top 20, Wesley.
And to run down the rest of the field of 28 starters, Braxton DeWeese, high hopes, like the words of Frank Sinatra's song, got involved in that big wreck, fell back there in the end 4 laps down. Cody Terry, Cody Fournette, Will Duvall, One Thumb Winder 24th. Ronnie Shirk will finish 25th. Stooksbury with a bad night after he had strong runs in the beginning as well. Paul Grodzinski and Joey Beasley both having bad evenings here at Kansas. Coming up, the Clan War Servers post-race wrap-up. We'll talk to the top 3. Winner, the new Archery Products 200. It goes to Team CEM Motorsports 1-2 finish. Smith second, the bridesmaid, the winner going again to the driver, Spencer Hardison. We'll talk to him in a moment. Land Wars Gamers, hosting Gamers Worldwide, the official communications partner for the drivers during the race and for post-race is Clan Wars servers. Wesley Outland back here with you at Kansas, along with partner in crime Greg Rentz, running the boards Charles Wooten. What a race when it's all said and done in the new Archery Products 200, round number 3 of the SNB Cup Series, presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters. Spencer Hardison picking up the win. Team CEM Motorsports 1 and 2 with Caleb Smith. Ross Tatum will finish in third. And we will talk now to our third place man in the Mellow Yellow number 1, Ross Tatum. Ross, a couple of thrills, some spills, but you got that Mellow Yellow car in the top 3. Definitely a good show here tonight at Kansas. You showed some strong strength as well in the early going.
Yeah, start of the race, man, everything felt good, but then scraped the wall coming out of 2, and 60 laps ago, I decided I'd fix my damage and slowly worked my way up back through there somehow.
Ross, tell us about that climbing your way back up through the field, because after you hit the wall there, you led 20 laps in the early going, but once you hit the wall, we kind of saw you hanging back near the middle of the pack, but every time we checked in with you, you were a little bit further up, a little bit further up. Tell us about that rally up through the field there.
You know what? You basically had to make all your time the first couple laps of a run, because after about 10 laps, you couldn't pass low. So basically, I was just trying to get to the outside of everybody and make passes. But there at the end, I really needed it to go green to the end, because I think I had enough fuel to make it. And I was really just racing Matt Dyer, I think number 88. But then the caution came out, shook things up. So I took some tires and somehow I got back up through there.
A very good competitive race for sure. On to the next one next week. But before we let you go, bud, thank your sponsors on the one card.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Mellow Yellow, Coca-Cola for paying my bills, and then Zach Stone and Jonathan Woods, my teammates. They both ran a pretty good race, just had some bad luck. And also thanks to Zach Stone for making my paint schemes. So, yeah.
Ross Tatum for Blackjack Racing will settle for third on the podium here tonight at Kansas. Second place, a part of CEM Motorsports, driver the number 12. It is Caleb Smith out of Concord, North Carolina. Caleb, good job, buddy. A good CEM Motorsports 1-2 finish, kind of what Banff Motorsports did 1 through 3 at New Hampshire last week.
Yeah, it was intense the last 20 laps once the caution had come out. The plan was to keep Spencer out front to bring us home our first win, and he did. The last 2 laps, I was kind of afraid that Ross was going to catch me. Had there been one more lap, he probably would have. But I'm happy we got the 1-2.
Caleb, a 1-2 here for CEM Motorsports. You had quite the roller coaster of a day, led some laps in the early stages. I think you led 7 laps through the course of the day in the early stages, fell back outside the top 10, having some run-ins, but all in all, you get up there into the second spot at the end. Tell us about the second half of the race and trying to fight for everything you got there.
Yeah, first off, I would like to apologize to Braxton DeWeese. That's 100% my fault. I hit the apron, I bobbled a little bit, and completely took out, I think, half the field. So that's on me. But once I got the EOL, because I claimed the caution, it was just trying to go through and get every position I could. And on the restart, I had a tangle with the 14, and it sent me up into the wall. So I had to use my fast repair. But other than that, that was the only trouble for tonight.
Have to say, tonight was a rather unique virtual race here at Kansas. What do you think?
It's amazing. I've done one of these before, and it was for an F1 race, so I'm kind of nervous right now.
All right, buddy, before we let you go, thank your sponsors. And in closing, as you thank your sponsors, how does it feel to have a CEM Motorsports 1-2 finish after the craziness you had earlier in the race tonight?
First off, I would like to thank the team. We formed this team 2 weeks ago, and me, Spencer, Matt, and Evan just started up. We made cars, and New Hampshire, we got a 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And unfortunately, Matt couldn't start that race, but just huge shout out to the team.
Caleb Smith for CEM Motorsports out of Concord, North Carolina. He will be the 2nd place finisher of the race. And finally, to victory lane we go for the 3rd different winner for the 3rd time this season of the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters. Also for CEM Motorsports number 9, Spencer Hardison. Spencer, a regular, also in the Adrenaline iRacing League. After 2 seasons, we part ways with that series a couple of weeks ago on Sunday nights. He won the finale of the SNB Cup Series at Homestead that went caution-free at the end of Season 1. And now, Spencer, your 2nd win in 4 events, and you're also going to the playoffs. Congratulations.
Well, I appreciate it, Wesley. You know, you talked so bad about me last time, I had to make up for it. No, I'm just kidding with you. But no, it was a much different race than Homestead, obviously. Honestly, early on, I didn't think that I was going to be able to do it. The 7 came down on me for some reason on the backstretch. In the middle of that 2nd run, I had older tires and it fell back. And so I was just trying to hang on, and then that happened. And then obviously what happened on pit road with just a total bonehead move for some reason. So I didn't think I'd be in the position once that final pit stop happened, or the next to the last pit stop happened. And we got that kind of long run, and I was able to make some passes and then kind of chase down Jacob to within a second before that last caution came out. I felt pretty good, and then getting off of pit road ahead of him felt, you know, even better, because I definitely didn't want to start on the outside there. So it just kind of all fell together, and was able to just kind of get out front and just hope that I didn't make a mistake.
Spencer, kind of using a lot of patience through this race to get yourself up in the lead, leading the last 20 laps or so in this one. And once you got out front, did you know that you had a car capable of winning, and was it just trying to hold on and keep it together, or were you still sweating bullets even though you had your teammate behind you?
Probably that first 10 laps or so, I was a little worried about it, because I think it was Evan first started making up some time on me. I was trying to save tires and have as fresh of tires as I could, since it was a 20-lap run, and Kansas will eat up tires as good as any track. So I was trying to save and be smart about it. He was catching up on me. I knew Jacob was fast back there. I knew Caleb was back there. And so just trying to be smart about it. And then once we got to about 10 to go, I said, we're just going to go for it, and whatever happens, happens. And luckily, Caleb got behind me so we could get this 1-2 finish for CEM, which is just awesome. And like Caleb said, in our 3rd race. So it all just kind of came together, honestly.
How did it feel going into the race? You were the number 10 seed, you know, the final car on the bubble, so to speak, to make the playoffs by virtue of points. And now you jump up as a winner with Altus and Wingo.
Yeah, I mean, I knew Daytona was a throwaway race. Daytona's always a crapshoot. That and Talladega. I mean, I don't have the best luck. You guys have done the adrenaline series. I don't have good luck. And so, you know, I knew I would have to run well for the rest of the time. That fourth at New Hampshire kind of boosted the confidence, you know, having the win at Homestead. So having a first and fourth in 2 out of the last 3 races. It felt good practicing here the past few days. And so I was confident. Didn't know if I could win it. But like I said, everything just kind of fell into place. And so now we're in the playoffs, which is just awesome. So go ahead and get that monkey off the back. Now we can just focus on trying to get CEM some more wins.
And by the way, Brett Berkheimer has another $10 coming your way as well from BAP Racing.
Awesome. I didn't know that. That's a nice little surprise.
Yeah, he was in the chat box and I put it up, and he was going to give $25 to one of the BAMP racing drivers if they were able to win. And then he came back and he said if anybody wins that's not on the team, he would, from BAP's Auto Paints, give $10 to the winner. So you got another $10 purse pay coming your way.
Yeah, that's definitely awesome. Definitely appreciate that. Like I said, didn't expect that, but that's really awesome. We really appreciate that.
All right, buddy. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Again, 3rd different winner of the season on the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters, the number 9 of Spencer Hardison for CEM Motorsports. That'll put a wrap on the Clan Wars Servers post-race wrap-up. Remember, Clan Wars Servers is the official driver communications and communications partner of Live Sim Racing. Greg, how about that? Number 10 seed gets a win here tonight. He bumps up to number 3, and he goes to the playoffs in the postseason. Your closing thoughts here at Kansas.
Locking himself into the playoffs. Big one there for Spencer Hardison. Patience throughout the race, and it pays off. He gets it done. He's going to the playoffs here tonight at Kansas. A great one, Wesley.
Yes, sir. A great one indeed. And that'll wrap up our coverage on LSR TV and CRN Sports of the new Archery Products 200 for the SNB Cup Series presented by Appalachian Holler Hunters. They'll get ready for round number 4 next Wednesday night. By the way, we go live at 8:50 Eastern Time next Wednesday right here on LSR TV and CRN Sports. For Charles Wooten, Greg Rentz, I'm Wesley Outland. We'll see you again for the next one. The next broadcast is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern with the Swag PMI Truck Series from Rockingham and the Rock Batteries 250. Good night from Virtual iRacing Kansas. Spencer Hardison wins big and now clinches his ticket to the postseason.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.